What's up, party people? Game 2, Astamatitos versus Gorgie. Uh, Gorgie took game 1 with his fairly standard-looking team. I don't know. We never got to see the last two. It was a roll against Asta's new metagame-defining berry spam offense. Unfortunately, needs to go back to the drawing board. Needs a couple more tweaks. If he wins the series, hopefully we'll see a refined berry killer team next round. I'm looking forward to it. Anyway, game 2, we're leading off with Celebi against Jirachi. Not a very common lead matchup from what I've seen so far in this tournament. It's interesting to see these two as leads. I'm curious what they do. They could just be the standard sets, like Celebi could be defensive, and Jirachi kind of could be like body slam, wish shit as a lead. Alternatively, Asta could just be leading kind of SD or CM BP right off the bat and just be looking to take advantage of that, hoping it has a good lead matchup. If your opponent leads like a Zapdos, you can just jam either of those, Sword Stands or Calm Mind real quick. Usually the Zapdos could be forced to switch out, and then you just pass off. Anyway, let's see how this does play out. Nope, it's just a normal bulky seed, presumably. With so they trade light hits, but the leech seed is probably going to mean that Gorgie is going to get out sooner than Asta does, but Gorgie plays that really well, actually, and gets the BP on the switch to Tyranitar. So now the Tyranitar is paralyzed, so that's going to really be a bitch for Asta to deal with for the rest of the game. So that exchange really worked out for Gorgie. Asta goes back to the Celebi, which we have now just discovered is faster than the physical Gengar. Looks like Gorgie is probably looking to spot Asta this match, because I don't know if you've noticed this, but this is a physical Gengar, and I don't really care who you are. That's just not not a good set. It's terrible, and it's just not how you win games. I you know me. All of you guys know me. I'm the legendary trainer Orange. I like a little chutzpah in my teams, and I like to see the crazy shit. And but like all men, I have standards, and that standard falls way above full physical Gengar. We'll see what the last is. We saw the Hypnosis miss. We'll see if he's got a boom on there or if he's Shadow Ball. Probably not Shadow Ball. I would hope not. But either way, not a great set. It did get the Brick Break on the T-Tar that was paralyzed, so that's kind of something. Going back to what's actually going on the screen, I was so thrown off by the garbage set that I wasn't able to keep track of the game as it was going. Anyway, the Fire Punch was really nice, but the Leech Seed into the Protect made it so that Asta could just shrug this off. So it looks like he actually will be beating this Jirachi, even though Gorgie landed the Fire Punch on the switch. So the Jirachi's down, which is good for Asta, because it doesn't look like he had the best way in the world to kill it. Obviously, the fact that he didn't really go to anything in his back two, and the T-Tar's paralyzed and at 50% means he was probably going to struggle with it. Although surprisingly, this actually would have done just fine. Theoretically, did we see full set? But no, you don't want to get this body slammed. So yeah, you don't even want to risk that because you really want this to put in some work. And he does nail the cloister with a toxic. So the cloister will probably just put a layer here. We'll see what Asta wants to do if he wants to join in the layer games. Probably, although Gorgie, two of his last are unaffected by spikes. He'll probably just throw a couple down anyway, or at least throw one, and then maybe force the Claydol to spin right here, take advantage of that. He protects, and that's another great play by Gorgie. He's nailing them. He's playing well this match, but he's far behind because his team is flaming trash, as far as I can tell. We'll see what's in the back and if it redeems this team whatsoever. But I'm going to go out on a limb and say this is one that maybe should have been left on the cutting room floor. And Asta eats the break, sets the final layer up. It's the Gengar that can do 13% to this Scarm. Ugh. I'm getting some humorous sets lately. It's like God decided there was not enough laughter in my life. Oh, look at that! The last move was Fire Punch. Let's pull this up for the folks at home. We got Sludge Bomb, Break, Hypnosis, Fire Punch. A real world beater. Oh, Ash is just gonna protect here, and good play by Gorgie to get the third layer up, knowing that Ash was just gonna protect. So we're looking at a triple layer game. Looks like Flygon is just gonna wall. Did it show HP? Yeah, so that's gonna be HP grass. Flygon is just absolutely gonna wall that Zapdos all day if the Zapdos does not have toxic, and it has Drill Peck actually, which is nice. I like Drill Peck with 3 layers. But it doesn't much matter here because it only does a net 21 to the Flygon. So, hopefully for Gorgie, this has HP Ice. He went HP Ice on at least one of his electrics, and it does not look like that. I guess we'll try to set up a DD, eat the EQ, then the Wish comes through, and then he hopes that I guess he flinches through the Flygon. It's a very tall ask and very unlikely, and so it looks like he just ate hidden powers. Okay, I mean sure, and it's Liechi, so let's see if he dragon dances again. Gorgie pointing out how fat the Flygon is. Of course, you've seen the numbers already. You saw it eat 27 from Drill Peck. So you know it's fat. And he just really couldn't do anything to it. So it'll rock slide this, and then they'll kill the Flygon. He just really had, funnily enough, there's no way of killing Flygon. Flygon has been having a great showing this tournament so far. And clearly you're seeing why. I mean, obviously, Gorgie did not bring the most standard team of all time. That's all I'm gonna say about his team. But either way, Flygon just kind of walked all over it, made it a very easy matchup for Asta. They both dropped 3 layers, and then Flygon just did the rest. So. Kind of a matchup. Looks like we had back-to-back matchup determinant games. I don't think there was any way these games were going in the opposite direction. They were just sometimes that happens. I've pointed out before. You're gonna see these types of sets where you know some would say preparation is key. I just think sometimes it's luck of the draw, and I think we had two back-to-back matches where they were just one from the challenge screen. Anyway, so we'll jump right into game 3, and hopefully there's a little bit of play in that one, and it's not just a straightforward roll. And see you on the other side.